Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today I am in my garage. I'm not doing too much of a DIY or actually work on the vehicle today. More of an unboxing. If you look over here, I have my CRV table, which I do most of my unboxings on, and a special package right on it. It's going to be a little bit involved with the Integra. If you guys know, we are finishing up the motor for the Integra. The block is pretty much done. Just got to slap the oil pan on with a brand new oil pan gasket, and the head is ready to get shipped out to the machine shop shortly. So this motor is almost finished. We're ordering the turbo very soon. We can start on the intercooler, on the turbo kit, and everything else through Ricky Sellers at Sellers Racing Performance, and we can actually start getting the Integra back to its former glory. Something very important that we weren't going to overlook was absolutely having the traction that we need delivered from the engine itself to the transmission and then in turns to the floor. One of the biggest things for that, clutch. The guys over at Action Clutch reached out to me and showed some crazy love. Huge thank you to Eric and the whole team at Action Clutch. Without further ado, that pretty much gives away what we're going to be unboxing. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down and unbox this thing right now and show you guys exactly what we have for the Integra. Alright, let's get this unboxing started. Like I said, huge shout out to the team over at Action Clutch for reaching out and making this happen, you know? So, I'm gonna open this up. Alright, and here we have it. Stick with the best, actionclutch.com. Beautiful packaging. A lot of companies do like really dull boxes. I like how this one's really shiny. It's a stupid thing to look at, but I really like it. Facebook, hashtag Action Clutch, at Action Clutch. Make sure to check them out, or actionclutch.com. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. We've got simple instructions that go with this specific clutch, of course, as well as an illustration to show you all the clutch discs, separators, and pressure plate, as well as the flywheel and torque specifications as well. Then of course we have our Action Clutch stickers. These are definitely going on the car. You're gonna find a beautiful place to put them. That way they look really nice. We've got one in red just like the car, and I believe this one is just white as well. It's gonna stand out perfectly. Right here we have wrapped up what I believe is the throwout bearing, which I can just open this up. While I have you guys on the subject about throwout bearings, a lot of people don't know when you get a twin disc clutch, some companies have a very specific throwout bearing that you need to run, and some companies recommend that you use only theirs. Others make like a specific twin disc style throwout bearing, and some just like, you know, they're specific to the clutch themselves. For example, Yost, I always link them down in the description below, Yost built. He just started having some issues. He went to put his twin disc in, and the throwout bearing that he had ended up not being the right one. So always make sure that you go with the correct throwout bearing. In this case, we are using the one directly from Action Clutch. That way we are 100% sure there won't be any issues. I'm gonna set that off to the side and go ahead to the rest. Let's see, what do we have here? Alignment tool. Alvin, if you're watching, you get to get your alignment tool back, because now I have one from Action. Thank you, Action. Alright. Let's see now the heart of it all. That's it for the box. I'll set this off to the side. And I like to keep boxes like that. That way, if they ever need to go back on the shelf, if the car's down, or transmission is out, or engine is out, we always have everything nice and neat. It's always good to have those extra boxes laying around as well. Then right in here, the beautiful flywheel, pressure plate, clutches, everything with the pilot bearing already pre-installed. Action twin disc. Super happy to be rocking this. Like I said, huge thank you to Eric and the whole team at Action Clutch. We are going to put this to great use. I think I'm going to pop the pressure plate bolts off right now just so I can go over it with you guys. For those of you wondering exactly what a twin disc is, it's very simple. As you know, a manual transmission car will require a clutch to put the power from the engine to the transmission and be able to disengage when necessary. As you make more power, you need to go with a better material clutch, which normally is referred to as like a stage 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. But once you get to that power that you have so much, once you get to the level that you have so much power going down to the wheels, you want to have something with 2 discs, if not sometimes 3 discs, to be able to better put that power to the ground. So if I just show you right off the side right here, we have the flywheel, like all manual transmissions cars have, and then we have the first clutch disc right here next to the flywheel, and we have a separator, another clutch disc, and then the final separator that goes to the pressure plate itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these Allen bolts off and show you what we have inside. Okay, so for this portion that we're actually going to be taking the pressure plate off, I'm going to be wearing these gloves. Some people say that you don't really need to, but whenever it comes to a friction material like clutches or brake pads, it's very important not to have any grease or any oil on them. Given that our body gives off grease, just like when you're assembling an engine, you want to have clean hands underneath clean gloves. You always want to make sure that's clean. So that being said, I have my gloves on. I'm just going to go ahead and take these pressure plate bolts off. Right. Each bolt has its corresponding washer under it, so make sure to keep that as well. Don't let that get lost. Sometimes it's easy to lose little things like that. Try to keep them all in order. Just gonna set that right there for the time being. Pressure plate comes off. Very simple construction. It's nothing rocket science to put any of this together, but just so you guys know, it's the first one right there. And you have this portion, only goes on one way. The top end that kind of looks like a little ridge, this goes into the pressure plate. Very simple. Then the good thing about these clutches is that they come marked. So pressure plate side, you know exactly this part of the clutch is going to go right to the pressure plate. Set that right there. You have your other separator, the one that I was saying about before. Then we have another disc. It says pressure plate side as well. You know that this face is going to go down towards the outside of the pressure plate. And then of course you have your flywheel. This is a very light flywheel. I love it. And it's machined beautifully. It's really awesome. It's already got the pilot bearing on the inside. And it is pretty much ready to go. Now the install of this clutch we're going to be doing probably in about 2 weeks. I want to order some brand new seals for the Integra bottom end. I want to get the new rear main seal from Honda, as well as a new oil pan gasket, which is the Felpro with the metal insert. You guys have seen me do it in previous videos before using that oil pan gasket. Once that is all said and done, we can actually install the clutch. I'm going to show you guys the correct way to install it, given the torque specs, the lubricant or Loctite that you need to use corresponding to each part of the clutch assembly, as well as any tips on what you should look at, and if you're having any issues, how to resolve those issues. Anyways guys, thanks for watching this portion. The unboxing is pretty much done. I'm going to set this aside and we should be good on that aspect.